Get 80 on 80 in science. How many of you, some people would have, after reading this, get 80 on 80 in science? That to me, you would have laughed, right? Yes, you. You can get 80 on 80 in science. It is possible. Before that, hi, hello everyone. This is your educator, your teacher, your friend Sanjay Vishwakarma. I welcome you all to yet another session of We Learn. And in this session, we are going to talk about how to get 80 on 80 in science. First thing is, 80 on 80 in science is possible. Okay. There are a lot of subjects what you are having, in which there are only 2 subjects in which 80 on 80 is possible. You see language. Do you think full marks you can score in languages? No, right? There is no limit to grammar. How much ever you write, somewhere some mistake can happen. Literature, again there is no limit to literature. Somewhere some mistake can happen. If you write in grammar, if you write essays, someone can write a better essay, right? There is no limit. There is nothing we can call it as best. So you don't score full marks there. But science and maths are fact based, right? Logics based. If you write the answer, if that is correct, you get the marks. As simple as that. These 2 subjects you can get full marks. So first thing, believe that you can get full marks in these 2 subjects and believe that you can get full marks in these subjects. All right. Never ever aim for less. If paper is of 80 marks, how much marks you should aim for? 80. If suppose they wanted you to aim for 60 marks, they would have given the paper for 60 marks only, right? But they have given it for 80 marks. Aim for 80 marks. You would have heard this a lot of times. Aim for the stars. If you miss, you land up with the moon. That is true, right? If you aim for 90% marks, 75% marks you can get, or above also you can get. But if you focus for 75%, if you aim for 75%, 90% is a dream you can never get, right? So just understand, getting 80 on 80 is another thing, but fighting for 80 on 80 is the main thing. Keeping the target for 80 on 80, preparing based on that target is another thing. For that we are going to talk about. All right. And some people who have landed in this session by mistake, accidentally, like for example, some students, what do they do? When the exams are near, they will type in YouTube, how to get 90% in one day, right? YouTube will give you the video for that. Some people will type how to get AIR 1 in JEE Advanced in 2 hours. YouTube will give you the video for that. The same way some people who have typed how to get full marks in science, and YouTube has given you the video, you entered into the link and you landed up here, right? Thinking that, oh, in this session some mantra will be given, some black magic will be given, where I'll be using that every day, I'll be chanting some mantras every day, and then I'll go to the exam. On the exam day, I'll open the answer sheet, I'll write my name, I'll write my roll number and I'll submit it. When the person will be correcting the paper, the moment he'll open the paper and he'll see the beautiful answers on my sheet. Not possible. There are no mantras or black magic like that. All right. You have to study. How to get 80 on 80 in science? The answer is very simple. You have to study. Right? You got the answer? Live is over. Bye. All right. Let's go further in detail. We have to study, that is true. But science is a vast subject. How much to study? What to study? What not to study? All these things matter. In this session, we are going to go in detail of how to study, what not to study, so that you know where to focus more. You know where to put in the hard work, so that your hard work will give the result. Clear? All right. People are joining. So, Mr. Naddu, hi. Mohammad Naddu, hi. So, let others join. Anyways, we'll continue in the class. The session will be recorded. They can watch later on also. If you have any question, any doubt, you can ask in the comment section, not an issue. So now what we'll be doing in this, our agenda, first we'll be going to see the exam paper pattern. How the paper is coming in the exam. If you know the paper pattern, if you know how many multiple choice or how many 1 mark question will be there, how many 2 marks question will be there, how many 3 marks, 4 marks, 5 marks, you will know how to prepare. Right? You will know which questions to give more focus on. So that is why knowing this is really important. Then chapter wise weightage, very important thing. More than exam paper pattern, chapter wise weightage is important. If you know which chapter has more weightage, you know where to put your focus, which to study. Sometimes what happens, we'll study the chapter which has very less weightage. We'll think we are studying too much. Full, you will day and night, you will keep reading that chapter, because that chapter you find interesting, you will love that chapter, you will read it thoroughly. The chapter which has more weightage will be left out because you have limited time, right? You have seen it moderately, let's say. Now in the exam time, after the exam, when you get the result, you don't get the result as per you want. Your parents will be thinking, oh, my child studied full day, he was studying science, all the chapters he covered, this chapter he gave more focus in, but the questions only did not come from this chapter. My child did write these exam paper who have made, they only did not make it correctly. They have given you before only which chapter they will give questions from, right? So just, now this is very important, we'll see this, okay? Next, tips to revise effectively. Now this you would have heard a lot of times. Do this, do that, make notes, make sticky notes, or wake up early in the morning, make a timetable, follow the timetable, take short breaks. These general topics you already know, general things you already know. I'm not going to go in detail in any of these. What I'm going to do here is I'll be going subject specific. I'll be going subject specific. In physics, what you have to study. Right? In physics, how you have to study, how you have to revise to get good marks. In chemistry, how you have to go ahead to get good marks. In biology, how you have to go ahead to get good marks. Alright, I'll be going subject specific. I hope you all are ready. I know today's Sunday, right? Evening 4 o'clock. You are studying since morning. Now you want to have some break. Wait for 15 minutes. This 15 minutes can help you a lot, believe in me. And today is Makar Sankranti also. So some people would be in that mindset. On that day, I have kept alive 15 minutes. Okay, fine. So we have Prashant Gowda. Hi. All right. Exam paper pattern first. So we have sections, number of questions, total marks. We'll be seeing these three things. Part A, first we have physics. There will be three parts: physics, chemistry, biology. Part A, part B, part C. In physics, 1 marks question, 2 marks question, 3 marks question, 4 marks question. What all are there? Okay. So now 1 mark question, 5. In this MCQs will also be there, 1-word answers will also be there. Okay, 3 MCQs, 2 MCQs. This is based on latest model paper what they have released. I have put it here. Okay, they can give you 2-3 MCQs. They can give you 1 or 2 one-word questions. Okay. Total marks 5. 2 markers, 3 questions. Total marks 6. 3 markers, 3 questions. Total marks 9. 4 markers, 2 questions, total marks 8. Clear? This is physics. So how many total marks are there for physics? 6, 5, 11, 9, 28. 28 marks physics carries. Clear? Don't leave it thinking that, oh, physics has a lot of numericals, a lot of formulas, I cannot remember. Biology is so easy. Chemistry is so easy. 28 marks. Very high weightage. This is the subject which has highest weightage in science. Alright, next, part B, chemistry. 1 mark, 6 questions. It can be MCQs, it can be 1 word. Total marks 6. 2 marks, 3 questions. Short answer type questions, where 2 lines, 3 lines you can write in. 6 marks. 3 markers, 3 questions. Again, these are short answers, but not very short. You have to write in 4-5 lines. 9 marks. 4 markers, 1 question. Total 4 marks. How much total? 6, 6, 12. 12, 9, 21, 4, 25. 25 marks are there in chemistry. Clear? Alright, next. Biology. 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 mark, 4 marks. 5 marks. There is 1 question in biology which will come for 5 marks also. Let's see. 1 mark, 5 questions. total 5 marks. 2 markers, 2 questions, total 4 marks. 3 markers, 3 questions, total 9 marks. 4 markers, 1 question, total 4 marks. And 5 marker, 1 question, total 5 marks. If you do a total 5, 4, 9, 9, 18, 4, 22, 5, 27. 27 marks biology consists of. So 28 physics, 25 chemistry, 27 biology. Clear? Now you know the weightage of all the 3 subjects. Grand total, if you do, 38 questions will be there in the question paper and 80 marks it is. Okay. If you want, you can take a screenshot of it so that you know where to focus more. Anyways, all the 3 are almost similar, so all the 3 you have to study. There is no choice that I can leave biology or I can leave chemistry or I can leave physics. No. 80 on 80 is our target, not 60, 70, 50, right? Okay. Let's go further. Chapter wise we'll go. First, the chapter names, what all chapters are there. Electricity is there, light, reflection, refraction, acids, bases and salts, metals and non-metals, life processes, magnetic effects of electric current, carbon and its compounds, heredity and evolution, control and coordination, how do organisms reproduce, human eye and the colorful world, chemical reaction and equations, periodic classification of elements, sources of energy, sustainable management of natural resources. These are the chapters which are there in your book, right? Our environment. Now marks, electricity, 7 marks are there in this chapter. Clear? Again, highest weightage electricity and light, reflection and refraction has in your entire book. 7 marks from both the chapters. Read it properly. Okay? In electricity, it's a very logical chapter. More numericals are more. Very important thing is the system of resistors. If you remember, parallel and series, numerical do come from there, problems do come from there. Read this chapter properly. Light, reflection and refraction, very important thing is the ray diagrams, right? 7 marks, I'll come to that, don't worry. Acids, bases and salts, 6 marks. Again in chemistry, highest weightage it has. Metals and non-metals, 6 marks. Biology, life processes, 6 marks. Magnetic effect of electric current, 6 marks. Carbon and its compounds, 6 marks. Heredity and evolution, 6 marks. Control and coordination, 5 marks. How do organisms reproduce, 5 marks. The human eye and the colorful world, 5 marks. Periodic classification of elements, chemical reactions and equation, 4 marks. Periodic classification of element, 3 marks. Sources of energy, 3 marks. Sustainable management of natural resources, 3 marks. And our environment, 2 marks. Now did you get a clear picture? Which chapter has highest weightages? In physics, if you see electricity and light. In chemistry, if you see acids, bases, salts, metals, non-metals and carbon and its compounds. In biology, life processes and heredity and evolution. Very, very important chapters. 2 to 3 chapters are there in all 3 branches which you have to focus more. Clear? But our aim is 80 on 80. So we have to focus on all. Fine. Grand total if you do, how many? 80 marks paper. I hope you got a clear picture. This is what I wanted to discuss with you all. Let's go further. There is no substitute to hard work. You have read this 1,000 number of times, right? There is no substitute to hard work. Everyone keeps saying this. I want you to understand this. There is no substitute to hard work. That is true. You have to do hard work. How to get 80 on 80 in science? Very simple. Study. You have to put in the hard work. How to study, what not to study, now you have a clear picture. What to study more, what to study less. Don't spend more time in sources of energy or our environment, right? Basic chapters these are, but where to spend more time, now you know, right? Now you know where to put in the hard work, and there is no substitute for hard work. So please put in the hard work and come out with flying colors, right? So a similar session I had just before with CBSE students, because to them also I had to explain what is paper pattern, what is the weightage. So many things you will find similar in both the sessions, only paper pattern and weightage is different. Rest everything what I'm going to talk is completely same, because you both are going to appear for exam, both are in 10th standard, and whatever I'm going to talk is really important. Okay, let's go further. Before that, one story I shared with them, the same story I'll be sharing with you also. But why I shared that story, that also I'll tell. See, nowadays, generally what happens during exam time, you would have made a timetable. Morning you would have got up early, you would have started studying. According to that timetable, there will be only small 10 minutes break 2 times, then morning, then break, then noon, then break, then evening, then break, then night. Study. When I'm saying morning, afternoon, evening, night, studies 10 minutes break. Now what happens while you are studying? Suppose evening came, you are sitting on your table and chair since morning. Evening came, your friend will call, bro, since morning we are studying, bro, let's go out, have one round and come. Let's go out to the mall, see some greeneries, right? Then I know this happens, and we are also very much tempted. Okay, we are studying since morning, let's go out and see. He doesn't know that from morning you have taken many breaks. Every 10 minutes you opened your phone, you saw the notification and you were like, okay, let me see. You opened your Instagram, you saw the reels for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes. Already he's telling, let's go out, have some fresh mind. If you ask your parents, they will also tell, yes, you are studying since morning, go out for half an hour, 1 hour, make your mind fresh, then come back to study. But they don't know already how many breaks you have taken in the middle. Your mind is fresh, right? But one more thing, why we are tempted to go is, generally when the friend doesn't call, he'll be at home, we'll be thinking how much he has studied. We'll be studying, but some thought will be there how much he would have done. Did he complete this topic? Did he complete this topic? Has he done this? Has he done that? But even when he calls, then we ask, where are you? Oh, I'm also in the same chapter. Then he says, let's go out. We also think, okay, in this time he will also not study, I'll also not study. Cool, we both will not study. Let's go out, have some refresh our mind and come. Right? This happens. This happened to me also. I've also gone out. But believe me, this particular time, exams are just 1 to 2 months. Utilize this time. Don't get lured by this small things. Okay? I'll tell you a small story which will help you to understand this. Understand your friends also better. So, what happens? Once upon a time, there was a village. In that village, there'll be a lot of people. Obviously, it's a village. In that village, there was no electricity. So after the sun sets, it was complete dark, people used to sleep. Every work, whatever they are doing, they will do after the sunrise and before the sunset. Before the sunset only their dinner will be done, before the sunset only all the works will be done. Now there was one person in that village, he actually wanted to do more work. After evening, he used to think that day also I cannot do more work because the sun has already set. He wanted to have his time more productive. He wanted to utilize that evening time till 8 o'clock, till 10 o'clock. He thought a lot. Then one day, morning 5 o'clock, he woke up. Then he went to the nearby bus stand. Obviously, he purchased the ticket. He boarded the bus. 2 hours of tiring journey he did. He reached the city. He went to a shop, bought a lamp. Then again, went to the bus stop, boarded the bus. 2 hours of tiring journey, came back. That evening they had lamp in their house. It was lightened. It was all light all around, right? He could see things. His wife was able to work properly. His wife was making the dinner. He was also working. One day it was fine. The village people, they saw from their homes, they were seeing the entire village is dark, only one house there is light. Next day, again the same. Now this person was very happy. He also used to share to his friends, yes, last night I did all these things, this evening I'm going to do all these things. People were also seeing, and they were thinking, this was pinching them, right? That my house is dark, how come only this person's house is having light, right, in the evening? The entire village is dark, this person alone is having this privilege to have light in his house. Now there are 2 options for these village people. What? First option, get up early in the morning in that cold, right? Go to the bus stand, buy the ticket, spend some money, do a tiring journey of 2 hours, go to city. Again spend money, buy a lamp. Then again come back doing a tiring journey of 2 hours, and then evening put the kerosene in that and burn the lamp, light the lamp. Every day doing this. This is one option, which is really good option, right? Which will help them a lot. There is another option, that is second option. Take a stone, throw in that person's lamp and break it. Which one is easy? Right? taking the stone and breaking the lamp of that person who is having in his house. Now everything is dark. All the villagers are also happy. He is also dark. We are also dark. We all are same. That's what happens, right? So choose your friends wisely. Our friend will think, okay, I am also not studying. He is also not studying. Both are equal. Understand? There are two lessons. First, choose your friends wisely. Second, during this exam time, at least don't go out. At least this exam time you can choose which friend to go with, right? Some people who call you for group study only go if they actually do the group study. If they call you for group study and do some group chat, then please don't go. All right, let's go further. So here we'll be doing some tips for the chapter wise, as I told, sorry, subject wise, as I told. Okay, tips to prepare physics, very important. First, practice as many theorems and formulas as possible. There are a lot of theorems in physics. There are a lot of formulas in physics. There is only one way to practice it every day. You cannot mug up everything, for sure. Practice it every day. Okay, don't keep it for last day. I'll just by heart it and I'll go to the exam and put it on the paper. All right, next. Practice the ray diagrams from the light chapter. Also focus on electricity. Just now I told light and electricity both are very important. In light chapter, ray diagrams will fetch you a lot of marks. It will help you a lot. Okay, because once you know the rules for ray diagram, you can draw any ray diagram. Correct? Any ray diagram comes, you can draw it, you can have good marks. Clear? And it comes. Electricity, it has more number of numericals, more logical, as I told. System of resistors is very important. Ohm's law is very important. Read those laws, do those numericals, practice those numericals. It will help you. Next, practice more and more numerical. Just now I told in electricity chapter. Now in every chapter there are numericals. Practice all the numericals, but electricity, give more focus on the numericals. Okay. Then we have use logic to build concepts instead of mugging them up. Again, in physics, it is very important. The best part about physics is it is the easiest in all the three: physics, chemistry, and biology. Why it is easiest? You don't have to mug up anything. Everything can be built on logics. If you start understanding it logically, you will get to know that I don't have to mug up, I don't have to by heart anything. It becomes easy to understand physics. Okay, understand it. What happens when we by heart the definitions? You would have noticed it with yourself also. When we by heart the definition, in the exam, if the first word we remember in our mind, we can write the entire definition. Many times we'll keep thinking about the first word. What was that first word? What was the first word? We'll keep thinking. If it strikes, you are lucky. If by any chance it doesn't strike, then gone. Right? Try to use logic to build the concepts. Fine. Next, very important, print the mind maps and keep it handy. Just now, before this session, we have completed complete physics in 45 minutes, complete chemistry in 45 minutes, complete biology in 45 minutes. All were 1 hour session, I believe, I agree you. But we have completed everything. In those sessions, we have given you the mind maps. Remember? Those mind maps, print them. We have given you the time also to take the screenshot. We moved out of the screen, told you to take the screenshot, right? Print those screenshots. Keep it handy, keep it with you. Before every day, just see this topic did I cover from this chapter, this topic did I cover from this chapter, right? In the exam time, before 1 hour, 2 hours before exam, those mind maps will help you a lot. Okay? Let's go further. Tips to prepare chemistry. Prepare short notes or reminders or formulas along with compound names to revise. Again, chemistry is full of compounds, right? Formulas. A lot of typical terminologies, typical names. Sticky notes, buy it. Paste it on near your study table, on the wall which is along your study table. Write those. Clear? Every day when you see it, it remains in your mind. Next. Practice balancing equation for improved accuracy, obviously. Now, balancing equation is something which does not come in the entire paper for sure. It does not come for 3-4 marks also, only hardly 1 mark or 2 marks. Correct? But why it is important? Because your entire chemistry is based on reactions. It is not like if they ask you to balance, then only you have to balance. Every equation, every reaction what you write should be balanced. If at all it is not balanced, whether they ask or not, marks are gone. Right? If you remember the reactant side, the product side, everything, the names properly, but if you miss the the balancing, marks are gone. Some marks would be deducted. Clear? So very important. Next, practice name reactions so that one can solve them accurately in exam. There are a lot of name reactions. Sometimes they ask by name, write this reaction, write this reaction. So if you remember, sometimes we remember the reaction but we don't know the name. Correct? So practice those name reactions by writing the name along with the equation. Next, focus on acids, bases and salts, metals and nonmetals, and carbon and its compounds more. These three chapters in chemistry have more weightage, 6 marks each. Clear? Next, last but not least, very important, print the mind maps and keep it handy. Biology. This is the theoretical section with lot of terminologies to memorize, right? Many scientific names will come, which you will think how to keep this in mind. Again, take sticky notes, write those names, paste it on your wall until the time it gets inside your brain and heart. Alright. Special focus should be given to life processes and its associated chapters. Life processes and heredity and evolution, 6 marks, highest weightage. Give special focus to those chapters. Okay, don't miss any process. Next, practice all the diagrams thoroughly. Again, biology is a subject of diagrams, right? Marks you get, I mean, it's so easy. If you just remember the diagram, you can get a lot of marks. Many questions you can just solve by drawing the diagram itself. Correct? And the best part about diagrams is it is easy to remember. Definitions it is difficult to keep in mind or to retain because there are words, but diagrams, our brain recognizes pictures or keeps pictures in mind for longer duration, right? Practice more diagrams. Many question comes to draw the diagram, and every question where they are asking to draw the diagram will be obviously be more than 2 to 3 marks, right? It has more marks, more weightage. Clear? Make notes of terms and associated functions for the diagrams. Every diagram, when you draw a diagram, when you practice the diagram, definitely you will practice those labelings also. Very important. Every label, what you are doing, everything has its own functions. So while practicing the diagrams, you are practicing the names also, you are practicing their functions also. In a diagram only, most of the chapter is finished. Clear? Now, just by practicing diagrams, see, you are actually doing 3 kinds of learning. The diagram, the terminologies and the functions. If they ask the terminologies, you know. If they ask the functions, you know. If they ask the diagram, you know. Clear? Very important. Next, print the mind maps and keep it handy. Okay? I hope you are clear. Subject wise tips these are. If you follow these, believe me, 80 on 80 is nowhere gone. It will be yours. Alright. Next, tips for the exam day. Again, very important, but you would have heard it a lot of times. I'm not going to go on a very general tips, but I'll just list it down so that you see it. You would have heard it a lot of times. If I also tell, I also have that satisfaction. Yes, I told you. You will also think that yes, my parents also told, my school teacher also told, my coaching teacher also told, my Vistas learning teacher also told. So yes, this works. Clear? Before that, one very important thing is, make sure your health is fine during this 1 to 2 months. Do not eat anything which makes your stomach unwell. Clear? Don't stop junk for 2 months. Stop it. I know you like pani puri. I know you like burger, right? For 2 months, just stop it. After that, eat how much ever you want to eat. No one is going to stop you. But these 2 months, because if you eat junk, again your digestive system will not be proper. Half of your time will be in the washroom only. When will you revise? Correct? Stop it. Eat healthy. Eat dry fruits. It increases your memory power. Junk foods, actually it kills your brain slowly. It's a poison to the brain also. Understand? At least for the exam time, eat something which is healthy. Okay, you never know. These food, suppose you get ill during the exam day, then full year you prepared, you saw this session 80 on 80, sir told some tips, you did everything. Now you're ready. But on the exam day, you got a very high fever or your stomach is upset. What will you do? 3 hours gone. Those 3 hours decides how much, or tells to the entire world how much you prepared the entire year. Clear? Eat healthy. Be safe. Don't play those games in this duration which can cause hurt to you. Clear? Don't go for bike riding. Don't play cricket with leather ball. Fine. There are a lot of small things which are very important, but we don't give more stress or more focus on those things. If by any chance you get hurt and you are not able to reach to the examination hall, or you are there in the examination hall but you are not able to give your 100% efficiency, gone. So be safe, eat healthy. Okay, for the exam day, read the question paper carefully, look for the answers that you know and answer them first. It saves your time. Do not spend too much time on one question. Draw diagrams with pencil, do not use pen. Follow bullet steps while answering any question. Because if you write in bullet points, the keywords which you write is very clearly shown to the examiner. You get marks. Suppose you have written long paragraph and half an hour he is taking to search your keywords only. He will also get frustrated and the marks are gone. Clear? Write in bullet points. Make it neat. Alright. So I hope you enjoyed today's session. You understood what all we have to do to get 80 on 80, and believe me, 80 on 80 is possible. Okay? Aim for the stars. Always. All the best. Stay motivated, believe in yourself, and you will definitely do great. Clear? We'll meet up in the next session. In the next session, we are going to do model question paper. According to the paper pattern, according to the paper what has been given from the KSEEB, that paper will be solving. Okay? Till then, keep learning from the stars learning. All the best.